right, we are back for math time. Yes, for math time. So we are going to start off with some review. We're going to review just two tables. We're going to do our 5 division table. So we're just going to do it with our clapping. Ready? 5 division. 0 divided by 5 equals 0. 5 divided by 5 equals 1. 10 divided by 5 equals 2. 15 divided by 5 equals 3. 20 divided by 5 equals 4. 25 divided by 5 equals 5. 30 divided by 5 equals 6. 35 divided by 5 equals 7. 40 divided by 5 equals 8. 45 divided by 5 equals 9. 50 divided by 5 equals 10. 55 divided by 5 equals 11. 60 divided by 5 equals 12. Good job. All right, now we're going to do our 12 multiplication table, but you're going to have to stand because for every answer, we are going to squat it out, okay? So you have to stand. All of you need to stand, please, right now, so I don't have to come through the screen to get you. All right, so let's do it together. 0 times 12 equals 0. 1 times 12 equals 12. 2 times 12 equals 24. 3 times 12 equals 36. 4 times 12 equals 48. 5 times 12 equals 60. 6 times 12 equals 72. 7 times 12 equals 84. 8 times 12 equals 96. 9 times 12 equals 108. 10 times 12 equals 120. 11 times 12 equals 132. 12 times 12 equals 144. See, that wasn't even that bad. It didn't even take but hardly a few seconds. So you can do that. All right, thank you. You can be seated. You can go back to relaxing and doing whatever. No, not doing whatever, but sitting however. But we're going to be working on some, sorry, try to get this so you can see it. There we go. That's better. Working on reviewing, adding and subtracting our mixed numbers. So remember, when we have our mixed numbers, we always do the fraction side first. So this is 398 and 12/24 plus 132 and 9/24. So the first thing we do is look at 12/24 plus 9/24. What does that equal? Donut? Good, 21/24. Remember, you have to add the numerators, but the denominator stays the same. So it's 21/24. And then we simply add 8 plus 2. Good. Carry over the 1 in our heads. 1 plus 9 plus 3. Super. Carry it over. 1 plus 3 plus 1. Very good. So our answer would be, say it out, 530 and 21/24. And again, write our whole number larger, and the fraction should kind of fit in there. So don't write them so close to each other that looks like 553,021. No, make sure it's 530 and then 21/24. So we're to the side. Then we have our subtracting of our mixed numbers, but it's the same. We start with our fraction side. 10/12 minus 6/12 equals, Evan, good, 4/12, excellent job. And then we simply come and subtract. But what do we always do when we subtract, third grade? We check the top. What do? Check the top. We always check the top. What? Check the top. Make sure you are checking the top, because if the number on the top is too small, we need to borrow. So we look at our friend in the one's house, and he has 9 friends over and no pie for anybody. So he looks at Mr. 10 and goes over, after we cross him out and put the same number up top, come to Mr. 10 and he says, Mr. 10, can I please borrow some pie? Well, not borrow, because you don't want it back after we eat it. Blech, gross. Can I please have some pie? So Mr. 10, not very happily, but he's going to be kind because this is a very important time to be kind in life. He lets Mr. 1 borrow one of his trays of pies. So now Mr. 1 has enough. So take one away from Mr. 10 and give that to Mr. 1. And now Mr. 1 has 10 pies, 9 friends, and what's he going to have left over? 1 piece left over, 1 pie left over. And then Mr. 10 had 6, but now he has 5, but he only has 4 friends, so he also has pie left over. So he has 1 as well. So our answer is 11 and 4/12. Okay, so remember, when you are adding or subtracting your mixed numbers, it's just as if you were adding and subtracting, except for now you're doing your mixed, your fraction side first, and then you do your adding or subtracting. And then today we are going to be learning another very important concept. So listen carefully as I give you this little scenario. Charity bought a space poster for her bedroom because she liked our galaxy theme. So she bought that space poster, and the poster cost $7.45. If Charity gave the clerk, the person that she's paying, a $20 bill, how much change will she receive back? Well, in order to figure that out, we can simply do a subtraction problem. And you can see that subtraction problem right there on the board. Okay, so let's look at that together. Once again, we always check the top. We check the top, always check the top. Now you can obviously see all of these are zeros. So remember what we said, when you see zeros in the minuend, then you go to the first non-zero digit. So that just stays, these all stay the same. Go to the first non-zero digit, take 1 away from that. But that doesn't mean that all of these guys are able to get it. No, this 1 only goes to my dollar split place. So now he has enough, but he still has the cents place, the tens place, and the 10 dimes place, and the pennies place that still don't have. They can't just get it out of nowhere. So we take 1 away from my dollars place, because when I take $1 away, it ends up being 10 dimes, right? And then when I take 1 of those dimes away, now I only have 9, it ends up being a dime in the pennies place. So now we have it written correctly. So we come over to the first non-zero digit, borrow. Then when we have our 10 here, we take 1 away, we take $1 away and make it $9, which ends up becoming an extra $1 here, because this is going to be 10 dimes, but we need to take a dime away because we need to still give to the ones place. So it's 9 dimes, and now 1 dime goes over to the pennies place, and now I can subtract. Now I can simply say 10 minus 5 equals 5. 9 minus 4 is also 5. 9 minus 7 is 2. Don't forget our dollar sign. And 1 minus 0, don't forget this 1, is 1. So, and then we put our dollar sign in front, and our decimal point's already there. So what would she get back for change? She would get back $12.55. So she received $12.55, and now we can show what bills and coins she got back. So it's good to know, okay, yes, she got $12.55, but what does that look like in dollars and cents? What does that look like in coins? So we're going to write the number of bills and coins that it would take to make $12.55. I think you can still see that, right? It's not as clear. Maybe I'll try to go a little closer since you have to look at the problem anymore. There we go. So now I have over here $20, $10, $5, $1, quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies, because those are our money. If we're looking at $12.55, are we going to start with $20? No, she didn't get $20 back. That's how much she had, but that's not what she got back for change. When I have $12, what is $12? we want to use the lowest amount. We don't want to have a lot of change. We don't want to give her, a bunch of $1 bills because that's way too much. Remember, we've talked about that before. We don't want the wallet or the pocket bulging. We want just enough. So that would be one $10. Then what next? Good, Jackson, I heard you. Two $1 bills, okay? So one $10 and two $1 bills, sorry. So then we can put our zeros here. How many quarters if it's 55 cents? Good. Yes, I heard somebody say 2 quarters because we don't want to go with 5 dimes because that's a lot of extra change. So we do 2 quarters. Do we need any dimes? We sure don't need any dimes. What else do we need though? And all the other thing that we need is 1 nickel. So this is 10, 11, 12, 25, 50, 5, $12.55. Do you see that? Okay, so it's really easy. We're going to start with the highest amount, make as many as we need, and then work our way down. So we're going to be practicing that on your page today. So open up your arithmetic books and turn to page 277. Page 277. Make sure to put your name and date at the top so when I get them, I know it comes under your name, but I want to see your name on the top of it so I'll just know. Making change. To find the change, subtract the cost from how much money was given. So we're just going to subtract like we already know how to do. Then write the number of bills and coins to make the amount using the fewest pieces of money. So it tells that she she was given $5. The cost was $3.20, or she gave the clerk $5. The cost was $3.29. So her change is $1.71 because they subtracted. Okay. Now, when you're looking at that, where are we going to start? Are we going to start in the $20 place? Obviously not. What about the 5? Well, obviously not the 10s or the 5s. We're going to start in the dollar place. And so she was given $1. And then, are there any quarters that she'll need? Yes. Not 3 though. She's only going to need 2. And then are there any dimes that she'll need? Yep, she'll need 2 dimes as well. And then 0 nickels and 1 penny. Right? Do you see that? Really simple to do. So look at section 1, letter A. Show how much change was received. So gave the clerk $10 and the cost was $6.30. So now you're going to calculate the change. Go ahead, stop the video so you can subtract it out. Okay? Or actually, you know what? Don't stop the video. Let's just go ahead and do it together, but I'm just going to talk you through it. I'm not going to write it down. So 0 minus 0, that's easy. Just put 0 there. But what happens when I get to the next number? 0 is smaller than 3, so I cannot subtract. So what do? Cross it out, put the same number up top, put a 0 up top. Go over to my dollar place. Can I borrow from the dollar place? I cannot because they have nothing, but they have 6 that they need. So I cross that out, put the same number up top, put the 0. Then I go over to my $10 place. Can I borrow from that 1? I sure can because there's nothing underneath. So I take 1 away, which makes them 0. Give that 1 to the dollars place. So now it's $10 there. Cross off my 10, make it a 9 because I still have to give to my quarters place, my dimes place actually. So you're going to cross out the 0 and make it a 0, cross out the 0, make it a 0, cross out the 1, borrowing, make that a 0, change it to 10, cross it out, make it a 9, and then give it to the change place. So now we simply subtract 10 minus 3 is 7, and 9 minus 6 is 3. So she was given back $3.70. Where am I going to start? Obviously, I'm going to start with my dollars. Very good. And I'm going to put how many? 3 under my dollar. What about my quarter? Yes, I'm gonna again use 2 quarters because 25, 50. Anything for my dimes? Yes, again 2 dimes because 50, 60, 70. Okay. So we don't want to give, oh, I can give a bunch of nickels, I can give a bunch of pennies. No, because when somebody is getting all that change back, they're going to be like, no, no, I don't want it. Give me back the smallest amount of change that you can give me. So when we start with the largest number, like the highest that we can go, and then work our way down, that's how we can give the least amount of change. So it's not bulging up somebody's wallet. Okay. So then you're going to do the same thing for B. Okay, think carefully, look carefully. But look at our story problem. It's the same thing. Use the chart to show how much change. Max bought a model rocket kit for $13.51 and a small jar of silver paint for $3. Max gave the clerk $20. How much change will Max get back? Well, the first thing you have to do is add how much he spent for the rocket kit and the small jar of paint. So add those two together. When you find that answer, subtract that from 20. And then when you get that answer, fill in the chart with how many dollar bills, how many quarters, how many dimes, how many nickels, how many pennies. Okay? Then on the back, section 3, solve the story problem. Grayson saved $36.24. Jacob saved 1/3 as much as Grayson. But then it says, how much did both boys save? So you've got to figure out what 1/3 of what Grayson saved is. 1/3 of that, you know how to figure out that fraction of a whole. Okay, dividing, remember? Yes. So 1/3 of that Grayson saved. Then you're going to add those two together to find out how much both boys saved. Section 4 is simple divide and check. 5, add or subtract, and you're doing it horizontally. So remember, you go with the ones place and the tens place and the hundreds place. Just add or subtract carefully. Then reduce to lowest terms. Think carefully. Start with your highest so you can get to your lowest. Solve these fraction problems. Work carefully through those. And then your brain booster. Let's look at your brain booster. Another way to write 5 times 5, a quicker way of writing it is just writing 5 with a small 2 next to it. And we say it 5 squared. So whenever I say, okay, what is 5 squared? You're going to know, oh, that means 5 times 5. Oh, that's 25. That's all it is. Now, let me tell you, this is what the big kids are learning. Yeah, in high school, in junior high and high school. They're learning 5 with a little number 2 next to it, and then they have to figure out, oh, what is it? And you already know, right? How easy is that? So when you get to junior high and you're like, I already know, it's 5 squared is 25. What about, because I don't want to give you the ones that are here at the bottom of the page because then it'll be too easy. What about 8 squared? No, it's not going to be 8 times 2. What is it? 8 times 8, 64. Very good. What about 4 squared? 16. Good job. Let me do another one. 11 squared. Think carefully. Good. 121. Good job. That's all it is. So 11 with a little 2, right next to it, or 8 with a little 2 right next to it, or these ones that you have at the bottom of your page. All it is doubling that number, 3 times 3, or 6 times 6, or 8 times 8, or 9 times 9. That's all it is. How simple is that? Now you know some of the stuff that the junior high and high school know. You're so smart. I knew you would be. So go ahead and fill in those brain booster ones because I know you've got those really easy now. All right. I will see you in the next video. Proud of you. Love you.